In the life of a rabbi, there are a few things that are constant. But in talking to my friends and colleagues, one thing that we all agree upon is that at some point an incredulous student or congregant will come up to us and ask, "All right, Rabbi, so tell me, what's the deal really with keeping kosher? Does God really care whether or not we eat that cheeseburger or that lobster bisque or that slab of bacon?" And I'm comforted to know that this is a question Jews have been asking at least as long as there have been rabbis. The Midrash records one such conversation between a student and his rabbi. And the student asks Rabbi Tanchuma, "Ma ichpat lo lakadosh baruch hu sheyochlu Yisrael b'lo shchita?" What does God care whether or not a Jew eats an animal that was killed according to the laws of shchita, of kosher slaughter? And the rabbi responds, "Teda, know this, shelo nitztavu hashchita hazo, ela kedei litzrof et Yisrael." The laws of kosher slaughter, the laws of keeping kosher, were only commanded in order to purify Israel. Kashrut only exists to refine the Jewish person. It's not for health, it's not for purity, it's not for cleanliness, it only exists to make a Jew a better person. Well, and then the question is obvious, how does keeping kosher make a Jew a better person? In order to answer that question, we have to go back a little ways, back to the story of Genesis, when the first human beings are created. If you read that story carefully, you'll note that it seems like God's intention originally was for human beings to be vegetarians. God says to the first human, "You can eat anything you want in the garden except for the tree of knowledge of good and evil." God never says that the human beings can eat meat. God never says that a human can kill animals for food. If you follow the narrative, it's not until after the story of the flood, the story of Noah, that God gives human beings permission to eat meat. It was a concession. And so now we come to the book of Leviticus, our parasha this week, Parashat Shemini, which outlines the animals that human beings can and cannot eat. And in fact, the same Midrash suggests that there are only 10 land mammals that a Jew is allowed to eat according to the laws outlined in our parasha this week. The field of what a Jew can eat, the field of what a Jew can kill in order to eat, is so narrowed as to remind the Jew, you can kill, but you can't be a killer, which is why the field of eating is the perfect field to inculcate this value, because it forces us, at least 3 times a day for Jews, many, many more, to practice what we believe. We believe that life is precious. We believe that God's creation is pristine and worth preserving. So live it, practice it, ingest it, imbibe it, bring it into your day-to-day life. Practice what you want to be. So as we read our parsha this week, and as we make our day-to-day decisions about what we eat, the Torah reminds us, not only are you what you eat, but you are how you eat. You are why you eat. And how you eat, why you eat, what you eat, says a lot about who you are and who you might become. Shabbat Shalom.
Sagli mi dechi ki khilat